will be on that table. So it's all about being prepared the week of Christmas and of course the day leading up to Christmas, so that on the day you're actually able to cook but still able to spend time with everyone.
I mean, when it comes to preparing meals, I mean, on Christmas Day, there's absolutely nothing wrong with just blending everything in one plate. Beef, chicken, fish and pork all in one plate, isn't it?
If there's ever a day to do it, yes, it definitely is Christmas. So everyone is going to be having everything that's on that dinner table.
And there are those who are very, very particular then about, food, good food, healthy food, and it's just about the arrangement of food. So what's the best dish would you suggest for this coming Christmas?
I think this Christmas, like I said, it's all about indulgence. Yes, we do still want food that is healthy, that is nutritious, but Christmas is one of those days where we can really treat ourselves. So a beautiful leg of lamb, a dessert station with all the cakes, all the desserts, all the trifles, the malva puddings. I mean, we're really going out this Christmas.
You mentioned healthy food, and I suppose so many people would frown at hearing you say that, because Christmas is, if you are on a diet, Christmas is one day that you can get away with, eating an unhealthy diet. So what is it about health food that people should start considering? I mean, what are some ideas when it comes to health food, especially on Christmas Day?
I mean, healthy food, I know the misconception is that healthy food means boring, means no flavor, but that's simply not true. Healthy food is something as simple as different ways of preparing the same meals that we love. So instead of deep frying, you're baking in the oven rather, or roasting. That's a very simple way to make food that is otherwise not as healthy, really healthy. It's also thinking about how you're cooking those vegetables, making them super healthy, not overcooking them, making sure you're just blanching them, you're adding delicious herbs to them, being, easy on the sugar, on the salt, and really just thinking about letting the natural flavors of the food shine through.
We're currently showing, a clip of your oxtail stew. What's the best way to make oxtail? I've tasted so many oxtail dishes and they all taste differently. I've tried, preparing my own, and it definitely tastes different from renowned chefs like yours. So what's the best way to prepare it?
Well, I think there are one of two ways. The one is with red wine, and it gives it nice, strong body and flavor. But there is an alternative way with using soy sauce to still give that nice umami flavor without the wine. I know that there's some people that prefer it without the red wine. Actually, in my new book, there is a recipe that is wine-free to make oxtail that you enjoy it. Definitely cook it long and slow so that it's tender, it's falling off the bone, and it's just delicious.
And that's definitely one plate that, has been a favorite all these years. And then dessert. What's the most creative way of preparing the most delicious dessert? And please, no custard and jelly. I've heard that since I was a little kid.
So for me, Christmas is always about a dessert table.
Yes.
So having an entire table decked out with all of my favorite desserts. I like the idea of even the person that's hosting, afterwards you can actually sit down and relax, and then when everybody's ready for dessert, they can just stand up and serve themselves. So making, little trifles in little glasses so that each person can get a portion, making a chocolate cake, malva puddings, all kinds of fruit cakes, just all these delicious desserts that everybody enjoys. And then when the occasion is over, they can take that gaskaftin, as we usually do.
Yeah. And then drinks, what goes with what food?
It's always nice to have khamere, ginger beer.
There we go.
It's a Christmas favorite. So every Christmas, that is always one of the drinks that's available.
All right, Lazy Makoti, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing those lovely Christmas tips.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great stuff. All right, that was Chef Mokhao, also known as the Lazy Makoti, just sharing with us, some nice Christmas tips and how to host families this Christmas.